Harriet, have you thought about living with Joe first? Ready, and maybe you should have dinner with Joe first?
I want to marry him. Janie, he's the only person who's cared about me in a long time. He listens to me. Tasha's right. You and I deserve little nachos.
Notches.
Janie, Joe makes me feel like I have a family. I never had a family. I've had you and Lillian, but I never thought I could have what other women assume they would get.
I want to know one thing. I want to know why when I asked you about my living with Marty, you told me you didn't respect women who didn't learn to live alone and pay their own rent. And the first chance you have to change your life, you grasp it.
Janie, marrying Joe is a chance that just came along.
I see. You've been waiting for some man to come along and change your life. And all the things you told me about learning to live alone and women and friendship, that was so much social nonsense. I feel like an idiot. I made choices based on an idea that doesn't exist anymore.
What choices?
Never mind.
Janie, when I told you that I didn't know what it would feel like when Paul Stewart would leave at 10 and go home to Kathy and I would have to pretend that I wasn't hurt. I didn't know what it would be like to have lunch with Lillian and think that I was on my way to watching the Rockford Files returns. Of course you should learn to live alone and pay your own rent, but I didn't realize what it would be like when I got too good at it. Janie, I know how to come home, turn on the news, have a glass of wine, read a book, and call you. But what I don't know is what to do when there's someone who loves me in the house.
I could throw this table at you.
Why, Janie? We're too good friends for you to be jealous.
I'm not jealous.
Don't blame me for your doubts about Marty.
Harriet, I don't blame you for anything. I'm sorry. Right now, I just don't like you very much.
Why? Because I'm leaving you? Because I'm getting married?
Because our friendship didn't mean very much to you. You bring me the sugar, the bread, and the salt, and you stand there and tell me you never had a family. Harriet, you never really listened to me, and you never really told me about yourself, and that's sad.
Janie, I love you. But you want us to stay girls together. I'm not a girl anymore.
You lied to me.
I never lied to you. I lied to myself. It doesn't take any strength to be alone, Janie. It's much harder to be with someone else. I want to have children and get on with my life.
What do? Fall in with every current the tide pulls in? Women should live alone and find out what they can do. Put off marriage, establish a vertical career track, so you do that for a while. Then you almost turn 30 and Time magazine announces, guess what, girls? It's time to have it all. Jacqueline Smith is married and pregnant and playing Jacqueline Kennedy. Every other person who was analyzing stocks last year is analyzing layouts this year. So you do that. What are you doing, Harriet? Who the hell are you? Can't you conceive of some plan, some time management scheme that you made up for yourself? Can't you take a chance?
I am taking a chance. I hardly know this man.
You don't have to force yourself into a situation, a marriage, because it's time.
You're just frightened of being with someone, Janie. You're just frightened of making a choice and taking responsibility for it.
That sounds romantic.
That's life.
Harriet, you're getting married to someone you've been dating for 2 weeks. I'm much more scared of being alone than you are, but I'm not going to turn someone into the answer for me.
Then you'll be alone.
Then I'll be alone.